Hello, first grade families. This is Mrs. Brenton. I wanted to give parents and caretakers a quick walkthrough of the first grade ELA 10-day remote learning packet. As always, though, if you have questions, please feel free to email me. My office hours will be from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., but I can be flexible as needed. So just reach out if you need a hand. And if your kids need some help and they're really stuck on something, let me know and we can try and work something out for them as well. So each day of the packet, and there are 10 days altogether, you're going to see just a quick list of the ELA and social studies expectations. So there's a quick morning message activity, some readers workshop, an independent reading challenge, a little bit of writing, some guided reading, some choice center activities, and social studies. There is also a MAPS review packet, and each day we're hoping the children will do at least 2 pages of the packet. And this will help support them as they prepare for the MAPS test. Of course, many of you know that the governor has applied for an exemption on this testing, but as of right now, that has not gone through. So we still want to make sure the kids are getting ready for that exam. And of course, it's good practice anyway. So this is something the kids are familiar with. This is our morning message. And we use these a lot in the beginning of the year before we started doing some targeted phonics instruction, but it shouldn't be anything that they're completely unfamiliar with. Have them put the date at the top and finish the missing parts of the letter. So dear superstars, for example, and you can ask the child, stars, what do you hear at the beginning? I hear an S blend, ST. Then they can go through the rest of the letter, fix up the punctuation, fix up anything else, and then there's a question at the end. Then you'll also see something that looks like this, and this is where kids can brainstorm different describing words. And we've talked a lot about describing words, so they should be familiar with them, but in the video that I send out to them, I'll kind of remind them of what we've talked about So for Reader's Workshop, the children can click on the link to hear a read aloud of a book, and each day we have a different book for this portion of the lesson packet. And then there's a question at the bottom, like for example, on day 1, before listening to the story, make a prediction or guess about what color the chameleon wants to be. Listen to the story and figure out who the narrator is and who is telling the story. Again, when I send out my video, I'll kind of help walk the kids through this, but this shouldn't be something that takes them too long or is too terribly difficult. Here's our writing activity for the first day. They're just going to finish that sentence, I am lucky because. Each kid was given their own pack of books that is on their guided reading level. So the goal would be for them to read, if they're on a chapter book, maybe one chapter one day, one chapter another day, one chapter another day. If they're not reading a chapter book, maybe reading half of the book one day, half of the book another day, and then on day 3, read the whole book. So roughly about 2 books a week, unless they're on a thicker chapter book, which might be, 1 book a week or a week and a half. So just make sure they're doing 15 minutes of like good, solid guided reading each day. And each book is on their level. It should be something that they can read with little support. But if they're asking you to help them with words, remind them that they have strategies, that they need to problem solve, and really work that out on their own because it's really good brain work for them and we want to keep that momentum going. After that, they can choose a writing prompt from the writing menu, which is also included in their reading bags. This is, again, something we've used in class. Shouldn't be terribly difficult for them to do. 1 prompt per book. So if they're reading 1 book over the course of 3 days, that's 3 writing prompts. Don't pick the same one. But if you're done that book and you pick up another book and you want to do one of those questions again, that is perfectly fine. For social studies, they're going to be beginning their unit on famous Americans. So first day, they're going to be studying Ben Franklin. They're also going to be studying Thomas Jefferson and Frederick Douglass, among others. So day 1, Ben Franklin, watch the video, answer some questions. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Here again is the assignment for day 2. Now, if you will bear with me, I'm going to scroll really Go. All right, so there we are. All right. So during week 1, they're going to be studying 5 different famous Americans. During week 6 in social studies, they're going to be doing a project on one of those famous Americans of their choosing. So whichever one they thought was really cool and they want to learn a little bit more about, they can pick them and do their project on from them. And they have 3 project. So the first one is to create a poster person. And as you can see in the picture, they're going to cut out a hole for their face and then around the hole, make the person's bust and have the name of the person, where they were born, when they were born, some information about their early life or their family life or anything like that. And then maybe some facts about them, how they contributed to the country, pictures, that sort of thing. Get creative, have fun with it. Don't let it be a burden. It should just be a fun thing that they can do on their own. Option 2 would be to create a diorama. Have them pick a really famous scene from their life or an interesting scene from their life and make some sort of diorama for it. Don't go crazy. Don't go run out to the store and get a bunch of craft supplies. Use recycled materials at home. Get creative. Have the children draw the person and cut it out. Have fun with it. Use recycled materials. And on the back, glue some sort of explanation about the diorama. Like, this is a scene from Frederick Douglass's life. Da, 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 da. The third option is to make a pop bottle statue and to write about your famous American. So as you can see in the pictures, they use a recycled water bottle, soda bottle, something like that. And in the pictures, you can see they used a styrofoam ball for the head, but you can use whatever you have around the house, golf balls, tennis balls, whatever. Get creative to make their head. And you can use paper, fabric scraps, whatever you have laying around to make their body, their clothes, and have fun with it. Just make a little statue of your person. And then I'd like the child to write a little bit about the person. So we've done a lot of paragraph writing, and this would be a good option, especially for those kiddos who really do enjoy writing and who are pretty advanced at it. Have them write a report. They know how to write paragraphs. They've done them many, many times in my class. Have them write a paragraph saying who they studied, some interesting facts about that person, why they're important to America, and a good closing sentence. So that should be another good option for the kids to do as a project for social studies. And other than that, everything should be pretty self-explanatory for the packet. I do want to bring your attention to the independent reading challenge. So I don't have that on this slideshow, but you do have it in your packet. And what it is a menu board of options for the kids to do. And we're challenging the children to do as much reading at home as possible because we really want to keep that good momentum going and not lose any of our progress. So have them choose something from that menu, maybe 2 or 3 things a day. If they return to school with that entire menu done, they're going to earn a prize. So build it up, make it fun. They are fun activities, like build a fort and then read in it. I mean, they're going to love that. So have them do that. And when they've done the activity, I want you to date and initial that square. That way I know that you're verifying that they did, in fact, do the activity so they can earn their prize. Other than that, if you have any more questions, please feel free to let me know. Email me. I'm available to you to help you, to get you guys through this. I'm hoping that this video made the packet make a little bit more sense. I told a lot of parents that I handed packets out today, take it one day at a time. Don't look at the whole packet. It's a lot, but we do a lot of work in school and we want to keep them going. So help support them through the packet. They should be able to do most of it on their own. So if you are working from home, my goal is that, they can watch the video that I'm going to send them every morning, see what Mrs. Brown is expecting, and then sit down and do it for the most part by themselves. So please reach out if you have any questions and tell the kids I miss them, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.